Where's that campfire? There it is. Go on, Ben.
Thank you, Luke. And good evening. Welcome to the Boys from the Baltic Star. We play narrative games, and tonight we are playing a very narrative one. Collaborative storytelling, you might say. A Campfire Tale. And without further ado, let me introduce myself. I am Ben, and tonight with me is Luke, a regular boy from the Baltic Star, and we are also joined by Slayer. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Just a regular guy, regular boy.
Yeah, you guys probably know me from the chat, other people who are watching, but I'm actually here. And apparently my camera is slower than my voice, which is really distracting.
Well, just focus on the story. I'm sure you'll survive. I'm not actually all that sure, but we'll see. So, deep in the forest is a hollow, and in the hollow is a clearing. A pond is in the middle, with the sound of frogs and the occasional light, tiny splash of a fish gulping air. Close to the water, the grassy ground gives way to a muddy shore embedded with round pebbles. The pond is lovely. It takes 2 hours on foot to reach the pond from the edge of town, and on foot is the only way to do it. The tangled forest is not managed, not felled. There are no roads or even tracks of note. The path to the pond is well known, but frequently blocked with fallen trees. The forest is popular, of course, but few commit the time necessary to walk all the way to the pond. Except, of course, there are determined people who camp there. For generations, the pond has drawn the attention of teenage lovers and groups of friends taking their first night away from their parents. The pond represents freedom. Perhaps it wasn't planned, but the way the pond draws the attention of the young filled the old with fear. Everyone has a story of the pond from their youth, even though few ever spent time there. They retell second-hand tales of warning, tales of danger, hoping that their children won't be tempted to follow the path into the forest. But the path is known, the pond is calling, and the tales of warning are just stories. The day is fine, and the walk through the forest is somehow both relaxed and exciting. The feeling of being away from the comforts of modern life, out of range of communication, eating only the things you brought, sleeping in tents. These connect you to a simpler, older time. The forest is alive with sound and nature, so different from the brick and concrete world at the beginning of the path. The pond beckons, and it is perfect. As the day grows old, a fire is lit in a scrape on the beach that must have known 1,000 campfires. The flames crackle and throw embers into the sky. Friends sit around the flames and tell stories. The ones they heard from their classmates, their families. The ones meant to warn. The ones that actually enticed. The girl who simply disappeared. The boy who broke his leg and crawled home along the path. The young lovers drowned in the pond, one leaping to the aid of the other. And then, the story of the old cottage in the forest, the one that everyone knew about, even though nobody knew where it was. There was the one about the old man who lived deep in the forest. Maybe an escaped prisoner, maybe someone driven from the town by an angry mob. After that, there was the story of the old sanitarium built deep in the woods so the screams wouldn't disturb the town. Or was it a plague hospital? Or was it tuberculosis? Everyone knew of the abandoned hospital, whatever it was originally for, but none had ever seen it. Or what of the beast? Some said it was a big cat. Some said it was a wolf or a bear. Some said it was something worse. Maybe it had escaped from a collection, or it had always been there. Eventually someone spoke of the witch, someone spoke of the cult, someone spoke of the axe murderer. As the fire burned low, the tents beckoned. Excitement makes it hard to find sleep, but still, the night is warm and the walk was long. And just after sleep takes you. Slayer, would you roll a d4 for me, please?
Okay. Oh, God. Starting off well with a 1.
Okay. A horrible sound wakes you. You jolt awake. It's like an animal in pain. loud and heart-rending. And it isn't just one sound, it keeps coming. It's like an animal screaming. And you are both instantly awake.
Right. um. So I'm not the only one who heard that, right?
Well, normally that's me sleeping on hard ground that make that noise, but it definitely wasn't me this time.
Right. Good. Or I'm honestly not sure whether I can call that good. How about you go look? Because I like where I am right here.
You're such a brave friend to have. You know, it's always me. You always play the card, don't you? Unbelievable.
I'll owe you dinner?
Oh, that's all very well as long as I'm not dinner myself. Fine, look, I needed a wee anyway. Just could you shine the torch for me? Hold the torch out the flap for me. Just wait, just get my boots on. Oh man, still damp, not dried out yet. Hang on.
I will grab the biggest torch we have to give you the most light because I really don't like that noise.
Oh, my mouth's suddenly very dry. Hang on, just taking a gulp of. No, that's okay. That's better, right? Okay. Zip.
And I'm shining a very big torch.
Okay.
Not in my eyes.
No, out the hole.
Very far. Angle it better then.
Sorry.
Okay. You peer out of the tent. It is very dark. There is still a faint glow coming from the fire pit, but it's the last dying, ruddy red glow of light, and it doesn't illuminate much. The torch, however, does pick out the shape of the trees, which look very different, illuminated in the middle of the night by torchlight, much less friendly.
Have these trees grown overnight? Yeah. 100 meters taller.
They definitely look bigger than they were earlier.
You can still hear the really agonizing sounds of what seems like an animal in distress.
Does it sound like is there a direction we could pinpoint roughly, Ben? Or
Yes, it seems to be a little way around the side of the pond.
right?
Gosh, those wolves again. Okay. Just shine it ahead of me. I'm gonna carefully make my way towards the edge of the pond. Okay.
So music. There we go. Prop.
Thank you. Said not in my face. Great.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm pointing it down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's good. Right, okay.
That last howl made me jump. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. Okay. Now, let me just quietly. Okay. I've got the light on my phone. There's no network, of course. There never is in places like this. But I don't want to use it unless I need to. Yeah, it's not as good as yours, and I'm low on battery.
There.
Okay, that's it. Keep it shining. Okay. We agreed it's around the other side, right?
Yeah, it's sort of not directly across, but it's some way around the edge of the pond. Yes, that sort of direction.
Okay. Try and walk as quietly as possible. Okay, now let me try and find the softer ground.
I don't suppose any of us were smart enough to bring some kind of radio for the local anyone.
No. The only radio you have picks up, music.
Dang it.
Turn that radio off. Now's not the time for the Goo Goo Dolls. Grief. What station have you been tuned into all this time anyway? Absolute
Obviously, we're going with
nostalgia.
the good oldies.
Ah, grief. Okay, hang on. Okay. Right. Okay. Just keep it ahead of me. Yeah, look on the ground. It's getting a bit wonky around here. No, you could always follow at a safe distance if you wanted.
Fine, but
Just-
I'm telling you, if I also get eaten, then you definitely need to bring my ass back and I know me dinner.
that's probably the first thing it'll eat. Come on, let's okay, stay close enough that we can speak in a low talk.
Okay. You start to creep around, and you do find as you go that you are definitely getting closer to the sound. It it seems to be a little quieter now, but it's still definitely ongoing. And as you get closer, you sort of get the feeling that it's just the sort of other side of a little stand of trees, a little way back from the edge of the pond. You can't see anything yet, but you can definitely hear subtler sounds now, some breathing and a slight whimper, as well as the occasional yelp and howl.
Sorry, I tend to whimper when I'm a bit nervous. Hang on.
Thanks for letting me know, because I don't like these noises. Why exactly are we looking for it again? I thought you just wanted to use the bathroom.
I don't know. It's exciting, isn't it?
Isn't like, the first rule of a horror movie, don't go towards the creepy noises?
Oh, that's why we're going together. You can't go on your own. What? Have you got your red top on?
Yes.
Yes. And you took loads of drugs last night and tried to encourage me to drink, didn't you?
I did what now? You were the one with the drugs, not me.
Just
Well,
trying
don't put that on me.
Just trying to mark you off as the first target. That's all. Give myself a better chance, just in case it's listening. What other bad things can I say
Well,
about
don't
you?
we
If it's got
already
good
know
ears?
that they like a little bit of fresh meat?
I'm old and gnarled. I'm 86, don't you know?
Yes, all right.
Okay.
So would you like to
Red
creep
Shine is
around
talking to you
and
anymore.
see what's making the noise?
Let's quieter now, yeah. Quieter. Quietly. Okay. Okay, that's it. All right. It's definitely getting closer now. There's definitely more noises I'm hearing. Okay. How close are we?
Maybe 20 feet, if that.
I'm like going to move my hand on the torch so I can use it as a thunking weapon as well if I need to,
Okay.
because I don't trust anything.
All right. You creep forward and eventually get to the point where you have to sort of step around the little stand of trees, a little copse there, which is too thick to get through to see what's on the other side. And as you begin to step around, Luke, can you roll a d4 for me, please?
Okay. Oh, they're so horrible to roll at me. That's a 4.
Okay. You step around the side of the trees, and for a moment you can't see anything because the torch is still behind you, but you can definitely hear there is something right in front of you. If it's as if there was light there, you'd be able to see it just a few feet in front of you. And seconds later, the torch comes around and illuminates the space on the ground. And there doesn't seem to be anything there at all. No disturbance, no animal, not even a smear of blood or anything. but you can still hear the sound very clearly.
Oh, great. We're dead. We are so dead. I am so blaming you for going after this thing. I am so much blame.
But who was it that encouraged me to go out in the first place?
I encouraged you to have a quick look outside the tent, not drag us all the way over the other side of the pond.
Well, we're not all the way over the other side of the pond.
Uh-huh.
We can still just about make out the last embers of the campfire and those cozy sleeping bags. This is... I don't like this noise at all.
Wait, so there's
Let's
nothing, like, surely there has to be something here, something to show us that something's making that noise.
well, let's try and circle around where we think the noise is and see if we can get a pinpoint on it, you know?
Okay.
If we circle round clockwise, and if it stays on our right ear all the time, it's coming from the middle, right?
Okay. Fine. Sounds fairly logical.
Well, I have my moments.
Okay. You start to take a little loop around it, seeing if you can pinpoint the exact location. Your initial instincts seem to have been correct. Where it's coming from is exactly where there is nothing.
So, who's going to be the first person to stand in the
Okay.
portal of hell?
No, I have a theory. Okay.
What are your theories? You spent all evening coming up with these theories.
I'm going to untie a like hoodie cover up thing that I had tied around my waist in case it was too cold. And I'm going to throw the fabric in the center to see if it's something that has some kind of form.
Okay. All right. Your piece of fabric drops onto the ground as if there is nothing there at all.
Dang it, it works in Buffy. Right. I made you go first, so I guess I'll go in the middle. At least need to get my thing back.
Okay. As you step into the...
I'm literally holding the torch like this, by the way.
Okay.
I'm going to thunk anything that tries to bite me.
As you step in, you don't initially feel anything, and then you reach your hand in to get the scarf, or the bit of fabric, and it's as if you've put your fingers into cold water.
Ooh.
The temperature is much lower as you reach the fabric and pull it out, and then as soon as your fingers are back out, the temperature returns to normal.
Okay. So I'm going on a knowledge of many supernatural shows and films over the years, but I think we got ourselves some kind of haunting, because the temperature there is incredibly cold. Like, suddenly put your hands in a brand new freezer cold.
I kind of prefer a proper beastie. Give me a wolf. Give me a bear.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint.
Give me a angry badger. Listen, I'm not happy with this. Like, I don't know what. If we leave it, will it quieten down? Are we supposed to usher it into the next realm? Are we supposed to help someone in its family so it can pass over? I'm not as much of an expert as you. My knowledge is from watching Ghost Whisperer.
Right.
Like, do we do something nice? I don't know. This is horrible, but you seem to know what you're talking about.
I don't exactly know. As I say, I'm only going on the fiction base here.
Do we sprinkle some sage?
What, you just have some in your back pocket, do you?
No,
All I remember
rosemary I've got, unfortunately. I don't think that's going to be any good.
is
It was good
this
for
is
the lamb
why
last night.
I like to bring big things of salt with me when I go, except mine is currently back at the tent.
Well, should we go tool up? If it's what you think we've got, and if it's not going anywhere, it's not going anywhere. Should we tool up?
What I'm concerned about is now I've touched the thing,
Hmm.
is
Maybe
it going to come with me?
Oh, like a little pet.
Great.
Oh, you're like its new owner. It's nice.
Pet ghost. Doesn't always go the best. Do we get any sense of when I touched it? Was there any change in the sound? Did it seem to sense that I was there?
No, nothing like that. It's still making the same kind of noise. It's quieter now. It's more, it's less howling and more whimpering. But it didn't make a noticeable difference when you touched it. No.
Right. And it's not corporeal because otherwise I would have hit something. So
I'll be honest, this is making me need the loo a lot more.
good for you. I mean, it doesn't seem super dangerous right now. It seems like it's just hurt. I don't know if, like, obviously a lot of the things I've watched has been, should we say, more on the aggressive side. I don't really think that this doesn't feel the same. Can I try and talk to it?
Sure. What would you like to say?
Just want to say, like, hi, it's okay, it's okay.
Hello there.
We're not, we just want to help. Like,
Okay.
can you understand us? I don't.
When you speak, you're listening to see if the sound reacts in any way. And it seems to fade a little. And by the time you finished, it's noticeably quieter. But that fading doesn't end there. It fades out to nothing at all when you talk to it.
Oh.
You can now just hear the sounds of the trees and the forest.
I'm going to try and hold out my hand towards where the sound was coming from to see if it still goes cold, like almost like I'm reaching out a hand in friendship. Like, if they are still there, I want them to be able to show me that they're still there, but without, because I don't want to put my arm through them, as it were, if they're not corporeal, but I want to try and, like, slowly reach forward. So if I maybe touch the edges, I'll be able to feel the cold, but they'll know that I'm not just trying to go meh and be really rude.
You reach your hand in cautiously, and you are you're not exactly certain without any obvious reference point when you felt the cold the last time. But as you reach forward, you start to think, well, I must have felt it by now. I must have felt it by now. And eventually you get to literally the point where your bit of cloth was lying on the ground and it still is not cold.
Okay. I don't know. It seems like it's gone. I'd like to think being kind helped, but I don't know. What do you think?
Right. I'm all for going back and having a cup of tea. Everything's better with a cup of tea.
Sounds good to me.
Let's take stock of the situation. If you say if it's gone, it might be back there, it might be somewhere else. But let's go
Yeah.
back, get a cup of tea on. Everything will feel calmer, warm up a
Yeah.
little bit, and I don't think I'm sleeping again tonight. We always pack a bag in case we hear it again.
Yeah.
Okay. You start to make your way back towards the campfire, retracing basically the same route as you did before. Slayer, can you roll a d4 for me, please?
Uh, that is my camera. A 3.
A 3?
3.
Okay. The route back effectively to the edge of the pond is uneventful, and you start to make your way around the edge of it on the sort of more open ground where the trees are back from the edge of the water. You can make out when you point the torch in the right direction, you can make out the tent and the campfire, and everything there looks as you left it. And you're probably halfway back around the perimeter of the pond when you hear an enormous splash in the water. It sounds like something heavy was dropped into it from a great height, or something big, jumped out of the water and back in again. It's a loud, obvious single splash.
I'm immediately going to jump, and I'm going to look straight immediately to the pond to look for any kind of rippling or, that kind of effect you'd get from something coming. I'm going to turn the torch with me as well.
The surface of the water is definitely disturbed. There's a little bit of white rippling effect coming out from near the middle of the pond. And as you watch in your torchlight, you can see a sort of little miniature wave break onto the beach next to you from the splash.
Just a fish or a duck or something. Or a big fish duck.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's make our way back to camp, and then we can, as you say, take stock.
Yes. I always feel happy back along our own things, as it were.
Okay. As you walk back to the camp, are you shining the light out over the water, or are you shining it the way you're going?
I'm kind of moving it. I mostly am going to be pointing it at Luke, I think, just to generally give him a so he doesn't trip over roots and things like that. But I will be also because I assume there's some kind of moonlight that will be reflecting as well. So I'll kind of keep my eyes kind of flicking between the water and where Luke is, because I'm just keeping an eye on the water.
Okay. Well, this time of night, the water is effectively black. But as you make your way back to the camp, there's no sign of any further splashes or anything of that nature. You get back to the camp. There's just a little bit of glowing fire left, but no actual flames, just glowing bits of charred wood in the fire pit. The tents look undisturbed, and there's no sign of anyone but you having been there.
I'm assuming we were sensible enough to gather firewood before it got dark, so we can throw one or two on the embers to kind of reignite things a little bit and be able to heat some water.
Yes, you may have to. You may have to, poke it with a stick a bit and blow on it to get things going again. But I'm sure you will have enough kindling to get it going again.
I'm going to focus on tea because tea makes sense. Tea makes sense, unlike
tea always makes sense.
Okay, you You start to get the fire going, get it lit, get it to the point where it is relatively warm coming off it, and enough so you'd be able to hook a kettle over the top of it. And you set off, doing this, pouring some of the water you brought, some bottled water into the kettle, and getting the the water going. It'll take a while for it to boil over a fire like this, um, but you're sitting there watching it and waiting for tea to come into fruition. Um, at the moment, the forest seems quiet. An occasional insect flies past, but nothing, nothing unusual. And the pond seems still and peaceful again.
Only thing I am doing is I'm keeping that thing of grit salt and just general rock salt relatively close. Because I don't trust things. And I want to be able to form a relatively decent line that I can then turn into some kind of circle at a fairly quick moment's notice.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't trust spooks, and spooks don't like salt, so I'm keeping with the salt thing.
Understood. Okay. So you are cheerfully sitting there. The water begins to boil, and you can set about making some tea. The fire is throwing a pretty good light across the beach around you. Obviously, it's flickering because it's fire. But despite the fact that the flickering flames means that the trees are constantly sort of shifting relative to each other, and the shadows are a little bit intimidating, there doesn't seem to be anything else that would catch the attention. Until you spot something out in the pond. It it doesn't immediately announce its presence, but it's like there's a bit of a wake on the surface of the water, like ripples coming from a source that's moving underneath the surface, but quite quickly from one side of the pond to the other.
Coming towards us. Yes?
Like, like the ripples left by a swan, only there's no actual swan there.
Right. Yeah.
It's just a pike, maybe. I don't know.
Given what we saw, I'm not. I don't think I trust that. Don't think I trust that. I'm just gonna be on the safe side, and so I literally stand while the kettle is boiling. But I'm gonna start putting a relatively thin line of rock salt around the campfire and around where we would sit next to it,
Okay, all right. Um,
making sure it's an unbroken circle.
the
I do, and I'm just going to say, I'm going to turn to it, I'm going to go, just being clear, no idea if this works. I've just seen it in enough movies and TV shows to think that it's our best shot. Okay? So, don't blame me if it
It's got to be worth a try.
basically.
Like I say, you got more knowledge than me. Like I say, if that doesn't work, I'll just try and work out who wronged it in its former life. So
Great.
So I can get it to heaven, and then it'll leave. That's all I know. So let's go with you. Why don't you take more of a forward seat here while I
Thanks.
while I make sure the
Revenge for earlier,
the tea
isn't
is
it?
well brewed. Yeah, you know, we've all got our strengths here. And I make a good cup of tea, and you take the front foot with spiritual matters. Okay. Potential spiritual matters. Potentially pike matters.
I will sit back down in the circle, and I am going to just watch those ripples.
Okay. For
to
a
see
couple of
where-
minutes, they move around on the surface of the water, just back and forth, and then they just stop. The whatever made them either disappears or goes deeper or stops moving, but whatever caused it doesn't seem to be happening anymore.
Pike. It was a pike. It's gone now.
Okay, fine. It was probably a pike.
Look, here, do you want have this tea, yeah? Are you 4 sugars or 5?
3, thank you.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Trim my figure.
Here you go. 3. I'll, I'll secretly put in the other one without telling you. There, like we agree. Yeah, there you go.
Um,
Yes, yes, because secret sugar doesn't add calories.
Exactly.
definitely not.
Okay. The the tea is very welcome indeed, and for a little while you sit there, perhaps an hour or so, um, sipping first one mug of tea and then a second mug of tea, and eventually, once again, the fire begins to burn low. You've used up the last of your firewood, and it's beginning to let the woods seem darker and less. Um, it's much less pleasant as the light fades to be sitting there on the beach, feeling terribly exposed. Luke, can you roll a d4 for me, please?
Okay. That is a. Can't see because I've got no light. That's 2.
2. Okay. It's not entirely obvious to you when you first get the slight indication of it, but as the light from the fire dies, you begin to notice there's another source of light. On the opposite side of the pond from you, and seemingly off in the distance some way, there is a white, glowing light. It's not obvious what it's coming from, and it's not very bright, but you can see it off in the distance through the trees.
If you tell me that one's a pike, then I'm going to smack you on the head with this metal cup.
Maybe it ate a light bulb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You
right.
want to go and look at it, don't you?
Not really, but
No, and neither do I. Let's just stay here in the salt circle where it's not safe, but at least
um,
safer.
well, I'll tell you what, right? Look, I know you love your salt circle, and I love it too. Well, what I really love is the light and the warmth of the fire, and we're down to this last log, which is mossy and probably is going to not do much good anyway. So we need to get more. So why don't we? Why don't we put some supplies in a bag? You know, some bits and pieces we might need, our hiking bags,
Yeah.
and take an empty bag, and we'll head in that direction, and we'll pick up some wood on the way, and we'll kill 2 pikes with 1 stone.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
fine.
Right, I don't feel good about it, but we
Taking the salt.
need the wood. Take the salt.
Mm.
What you need to do is you need to. If only we had a big hula hoop that you could like glue the salt on and just stay
Kinda-
inside the hula hoop.
Yeah, maybe.
A
Well-
movable ring.
Well,
Well,
we can only do what we can.
are you all right? You always do that wow when you're really nervous. Since
Yeah,
I've
I know.
known you. Yeah. Are you okay? Are you gonna be able to hold it together?
I'll be fine. I just don't particularly like the idea of going out and looking towards the glowing light, but let's do it. I think my curiosity's getting the better of me.
Okay. Well, we might have
So,
another light
yeah.
because my phone is now up to 17%. So we should get We should get a bit of light from that as well. So.
This is why I tell you to bring a backup charger.
I know. But
Well, mine's odd 87, so.
see,
be
you
fine.
plan ahead. It's the difference between you and I.
Right.
Well then, should we get
Do we
going?
need to tell you, Ben, what we're putting in the bag, or are you happy for us to just...
I'm completely happy for you to narrate it when you need it,
Cool.
provided it's something that makes reasonable sense.
Fine. Cool.
Okay, so obvious question. In order to get towards the light, you have to go around the pond. Would you like to go the same way you went last time, or would you prefer to try the other side?
Same way, because we already
Or
know...
swim across, in fact. You could always swim across.
No.
Yeah, I'll see you on the other
No.
side.
That's a big fucking no. I personally say same way, because we know roughly where we've tracked. We've already cleared some of the brush in front of us, and also I want to check that clearing again. Okay, I want to see if anything is still there, because whatever it is, obviously didn't seem particularly malicious. So maybe it might be good to have an idea of what we might be going into. And honestly, I will take Ghost Friend over Malicious Ghost any day.
No, that's true. That's true. We could be like a new like Randall and Hopkirk kind of character that helps us out in things.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, me too. Let's hope for the best. Come on. Expect the worst, but hope for the best.
Okay. So you head around the same direction as you did before, making a little way around the pond, and then at the same place you did before, you want to take a little look back at that area behind the copse of trees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You walk around the trees and shine the light there. There still doesn't seem to be anything there.
Okay. Well, I'm going to speak into the area again, because honestly, if there's nothing there, there's nothing lost.
Okay.
So I'm going to go, hey, just us again. Wanted to see if you were okay, because we haven't heard you in a bit. We're going to check out whatever that is over there. So, don't know if you can communicate, but if you can, and you think it's a bad idea, let us know or find something, please. That would be lovely. Or maybe just come with, because, I feel like you're probably not going to hurt us, right? It's probably fine, right? I know I'm babbling, all right? I'm directing that last comment at Luke, by the way. But I know I am, but I don't... What do you say to something you can't see?
I'm letting you off for this one. It's not a. This is not our usual experience, is it? You
No.
babble as much as you need to.
Okay, and that's all I'm going to say. Yeah.
All right.
Putting it out there.
As far as you can tell, nothing changes, nothing responds. You don't hear anything or see anything.
All right.
Well,
nothing lost.
I suddenly don't need the toilet anymore.
Oh, useful.
There's a reason for that. It's a bit tense. Right. Here, look. Here's some wood. Help me pick this up. We'll gather a few here and we'll keep walking towards that.
I'm going to say that we've got one of those backpacks that has the little loops on the bottom, so we can stick the sticks in it, and it can. So we have both hands free. I don't know. I'm quite happy to be the one with the backpack, or you can, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But it's going to be one of those ones that we can like attach them at the bottom, so they're not in the bag, but they're like on the bottom of the bag. So we have all of our hands.
Sounds reasonable to me. I'll carry it. I always do. You always make me. Why are you suddenly suggesting there's an option? It's as if people are watching you all of a sudden. Come on.
Hey, I always thought you liked being the the one who did nice things.
Well, you know, if it's not for the guns, what else have I got? Come on, load me up.
Okay. So yeah, I guess we keep. So now I guess we're in the bit that we haven't been in before then.
Yeah.
Yes,
Pick-
as you
picking
press on a
as we
little
go,
further
yeah.
around the edge, you're staying close to the water, or are you cutting through the trees?
I think probably nearer the water because there's slightly more light in terms of like the moonlight, and we can see the ripples and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Personally.
seems reasonable.
Okay.
Seems very
Instead of
reasonable.
looking at a tree and a tree that look exactly the same as the other tree.
All right. By the time you get to the far side of the pond, the light in the distance is definitely a little bit closer. It obviously isn't that far away into the trees. Perhaps surprisingly close. You know, whatever's causing it might have even been close enough to be visible during daytime when you were here before the night fell. But you didn't see anything.
So is the light? It's further into the trees. I'm assuming it's not by the water.
No, it's some way back. But I mean, from it looks as if it's close enough that you might have been able to catch some glimpse of it through the trees. It's perhaps 50 meters back, not all that far.
And if we look through, what kind of thing do we see? Just
At the moment, you can only see this light, and from here, it's sort of a quite a regular white color, like it could be a light bulb or something coming from a window.
okay. I'm going to grab a relatively large stick or branch and dig it into where the sand is on the edge, or whatever the stuff is on the edge of the pond, some kind of material. And as we walk towards the light, I'm basically going to drag it behind me, kind of creating a line in the trees, which we can follow back towards the pond.
Okay, all right,
Because trees look like trees look like trees.
yeah, okay.
So trees do look like trees.
Um, as
I don't
you
know if this is
enter
me
the,
proper kicking into supernatural overdrive here, but you know.
it's relatively easy to make a mark on the beach, and you can line it up so literally it points towards your dying campfire in one direction and the light from the trees in the other. But once you hit the trees themselves with the sort of tangled undergrowth and the like, it's going to be a little bit tougher, or at least you think it will be. As soon as you hit the edge of the trees, it seems impossible, but only for a few meters, and then amazingly, just the other side of that first tangle, there seems to be a little path that leads exactly the way you need to go.
Okay, this is sinister.
Can I still dig my stick in the side of what the path is?
Yes, it's sort of bare earth for the most part,
Right.
but there are little bits of twigs and pebbles and rocks.
I'm still gonna try and do it as much as possible where I can, because at least then we have disjointed bits that at least point us roughly in the right direction.
Okay. Um, as you keep going along the path, glancing behind you, it's now really difficult to make out even the faintest of glows from your campfire. But the light in front of you is definitely close and getting closer as you move.
I guess we're on the right track. I'm more concerned that it's suddenly so easy, as if we're meant to be going
Yes,
this
and
way.
I
You know?
worry that there's a path. There's only so many times you can follow the yellow brick road and think it's a good thing.
At least there's no munchkins around.
one does, I'm thwacking it with his torch.
That is the central lesson of the Wizard of Oz. Yes, violence solves everything.
Yes.
Maybe we'd feel braver if we linked arms and skipped slightly down. Because I'm feeling a lot like the Cowardly Lion right now.
We can link arms for sure, but I ain't skipping.
Okay. Are you getting walking straight towards the light?
Yep, following the path, I think.
Okay. All right. As you get closer, you realize that it's a light, like a light bulb hanging on a bracket, and it's illuminating the side of a building, but the actual nature of the building can't really be discerned because the light's only illuminating a tiny piece of it. It's not very bright.
Okay.
Um,
We still have our
and
torch, though, right? We can run the torch along the building, see if there's any
you absolutely
signage.
can. So I think it's your turn, Slayer. Can you roll a d4 for me,
I
please?
can. It is another 2.
A 2.
Ooh.
Okay. The light appears to be hanging by the front door of a rather appealing looking little cottage.
Hmm.
That cottage looks pretty appealing to me.
You must have read the story of Hansel and Gretel. Come on.
Yeah, the
Now that's no spirit knowledge, you know.
is that like the
I
is that
just
like the Homer Simpson episode, The Land of Chocolate? Similar sort of thing, right?
okay.
Look, look,
Well,
look, look. Just
my
because your
point
cultural
is,
references are far beyond mine, we've been proving this all the last 2 days we've been together.
all right.
You
Well,
know.
just keep your guard up.
You say
All
to
right.
this Caesar, I say Caesar salad. You know. Okay, I'll do my best.
Why did I decide to come camping with you?
I know. I'm glad you did though, because I would have lost at least an arm and a leg by now without you.
Hmm.
But that's why
Before we
that's why
go
I turned
into
to
the
you.
cottage bed, I'm going to find a piece of earth and dig my stick into it, just like almost like a flagpole.
Okay.
And then go back to my I will clunk you with my torch position.
Okay. You approach the cottage. The only light appears to be the light outside the door. There are 2 windows in the front of the building, one each side of the door, but they seem dark. The cottage is set just off the path behind a little piece of quite well cared for grass.
Okay.
This is clearly a looked after place.
Hmm.
This is not just like a light that's been left on enough generator for months and months. This is people have been here recently, if not now.
All we can do is knock.
And if a lady comes out with a long bent nose with a wart on it, offering us cookies and sweets, we
That
run.
is what the clunk is for. I told
Excellent.
you.
It's good.
This is clunk.
I tell you, why don't I knock and you clunk?
All right.
There doesn't seem to be any response of any kind.
Okay. And there's our answer. We know where the lights come. Let's go.
just they're probably asleep, aren't they? Come on.
I'm still not risking it. We've knocked. We've been polite. We found the light. Now we leave.
Let's go then.
Okay. You're making your way back down the path, or are you continuing in the same direction past the cottage?
Ooh.
We've got look.
What?
We're not, we're, we're not
Why would we go past the cottage? Is there anything to see past the cottage?
Nothing that you can see, but the path does continue.
Yeah, we're not full of wood yet. And you've drawn the line. We know our way back, right? Come on, and my phone's still at 14%. We're fine.
I'm going to hand you the torch, and I'm going to go and pick up my big stick again. I'm going to carry on with the dragon, because I don't know, some phrase about "Mama didn't raise no fool."
Okay. So are you continuing along the path?
Yeah, I know this is ironic considering my appearance, but with your big stick. Come on then, Gandalf.
Okay.
Gandalf S, thank you.
So you keep your back to the pond and continue along the path. You barely set off. You're shining the torch in front of you, and you've made it just a handful of yards. When behind you, you hear the very distinctive sound of an old door creaking open.
Come on.
That was not a comforting sound. But you're playing Mr. Braveheart. You choose. Do we keep going, or do we go look at that noise now?
As much as I really just want to shout freedom and run for the hills. If something's coming for you, as terrifying as it can be to look at it, it's better to know where it is than just something pounce you, right? And I'll spin around and point the torch in the direction we just came.
Okay.
All right. As you've gone such a little distance, the torch illuminates the fact that the front door of the cottage is now open.
Is there anyone standing there looking for people, or is it slightly ajar? Is it wide open?
I would say it's half open. It's not just cracked open, but it's not thrown wide.
And can we see anything if we put the torch towards it? Can we see like an inside?
It's very dark in there, but you're illuminating what appears to be part of maybe an old living room, very old-fashioned furniture.
Oof. Well, I didn't come camping to sit in what looks like my grandmother's house, so no, not going in there. You're going to tell me you want to go in there and try and find a toilet, aren't you?
It does look like your grandmother's house.
Mm-hmm.
Right, from the pictures you showed me, that little that weird little chair is very similar. I don't know. But I don't want to go in there. But there's a part of me
Mm-hmm.
that really wants some toilet paper.
In every horror movie we're ever going to watch, if we ever get out of this situation, I'm just going to call you that you're the first kill. You just go for the silly things.
But this isn't a horror movie. This is just our lives. This is just day-to-day stuff. This isn't some
Yes, okay.
horror fiction, is it? This is just us. There's perfectly reasonable explanations for it all.
Perfectly reasonable.
Yeah. Look, I promise you this. If I see half a dozen skin suits dangling from a wall somewhere, we're leaving, all right?
All right.
Can't say fairer than that.
I think it's reasonable. It's where I draw the line.
Okay.
3 or 4, half a dozen. No.
Yeah. If it's 6, that's definitely not a good sign.
Okay.
3 or 4, that could just be a misunderstanding.
Yeah. And to be fair, if it's more than 6, they've probably got all they need.
Exactly.
So it's only exactly 6.
Can you, Mr. GM, stop encouraging this?
Yeah, if there's more, there's one for every day of the week already.
Encouraging TPKs. Okay.
Okay. So you cautiously creep up to the door of the cottage. It's wide enough open that you could slip inside without pushing it any further if you wish.
I'll be honest. No, I'm using my stick and I'm pushing that door wide open to make sure nothing's behind it. And then
Okay.
I'm shining my torch in before I go anywhere near stepping over that entranceway.
It makes a very loud, obvious groaning sound and squeaking sound as it swings open, coming to a rest with one of those creaks that sort of like staccato pops as it finishes.
Is there still room for someone to be behind it?
No, probably not.
Okay. Then I will shine the light in.
All right. To your left, you see that living room you've seen before. It looks very old-fashioned in terms of the furniture and the layout. It isn't. It isn't well taken care of. It's very dusty, and there don't appear to be any like photographs of family members or anything on the walls. There are, however, some paintings. The paintings appear to be uh, pictures of woodland scenes, but there's something a little bit unusual about the way they've been chosen. They are pictures of the most twisted and distorted trees and bushes. Um, the kind of thing that some really, really old trees start to look, gnarled and have really odd shapes to them. But every single picture seems to depict a very twisted version of what a tree should look like. The middle of the door, right behind it, there's a staircase going up. And to the right, as you
Bungalow. I had a bungalow in my head. Okay.
as you sort of peer around the corner to the right, there is a smallish but perfectly well equipped country kitchen. Not a lot of mod cons, but a stove with a big pot on it, a sort of wooden table, a sink, not normal sorts of things.
Check if there's a child in the pot. Hang on.
Child in the pot, he says. I'm. Oh.
Sorry, I was having light problems and didn't really want to be plunged into darkness in such a tale.
Do I see any other signs of the electricity that's providing the bulb?
No, not that you can see.
Interesting. There's no cables we can follow, nothing.
The light is attached to a sort of bracket which might well conceal an electrical connection. But the rooms don't appear to have like overhanging light bulbs or anything. No.
Okay. again, I know you're going to give me this look, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Mhm.
I'm going to wedge my stick in the floor outside, but also lean it in. So like it would basically block to a small, by at least like say a little gap, the door closing behind us.
Okay. Yes.
So at least we had a grip section that we could maybe wrench if
All
it
right.
try and close behind us.
Yep. You can
Um,
effectively leave your stick in the doorway so that it would be
yes.
so that yes, if the door were to suddenly try to close, it would bite down on the stick instead. Yes.
Yes, that's effectively what I'm trying to do.
Oh, you know what we should find more here? Some more salt.
If there's salt, I will take it. Or, leave a note and have it and tell them where to send the bill.
Do you really want to leave your address to some
All right,
strange person in the
fine.
woods? There's you and me trying to be all extra careful.
I
Say,
don't want
dear,
to piss anyone off.
dear creepy hag.
Spiritual
here's my
living,
address.
thank you.
Okay. Is there any salt in the kitchen?
You're stepping into the house to explore the kitchen.
Sure, why not? Let's do it. In for a penny, in for a pound.
But as I say, stick is wedged.
Okay. As soon as you step into the house, you're greeted with this absolutely delicious smell, like a wonderful beef stew.
No, we don't eat the Fey food. We
Which-
never eat the Fey food. No.
Which may be
No.
coming from the pot on the stove in the
I'm
kitchen.
saying this. I'm looking directly at Luke and putting my finger up. Don't eat the food.
At least it doesn't smell of pork.
No. We can look at the food. We can smell the food. We cannot eat the food.
Can we can we waft it into our lungs? Is that okay? Or do we get fey lungs?
Entering into the kitchen, you can see immediately why the smell is so strong. There is steam coming from the pot, from the saucepan.
Is the pot heating on a gas stove, an electric stove, a fire? What?
It appears to be a steel farmhouse stove with a compartment to light a fire inside it.
Right. I am going to make a cursory glance at the food, and then I'm going to keep looking for salt.
Are you sure I can't just take a big old...
On
smells
your
good.
head be it, but I am not eating the Fey food, thank you.
The smell is delicious.
And the smell's delicious.
Oh, sorry, I just saw Sparrow's comment. Love you, Sparrow.
I can hold off. I've got some salted nuts in the bag. That'll tide me over.
Okay. So you go looking for salt. There are no sort of obvious cupboards exactly, but there is a door on one side of the kitchen which may lead to a larder.
Is there anything else out on the side? Is there any kind of, there's no spices, there's no
No,
bread, like nothing.
Other than a hot saucepan on the stove, there doesn't appear to be any other cookware or, for that matter, tableware out at all.
Before opening any doors, I'm looking at cupboards because I don't want.
There don't appear to be any cupboards either.
Come on, you should open that door. You should pantry it.
Should what?
Pantry.
Oh, pantry.
Look. When I get nervous, I make bad jokes.
I did miss that one.
When I get nervous, I make. You know this about me.
Yeah, I know.
Come
I'm
on,
sorry.
I know. You make weird noises and I make bad jokes.
Yeah, fair. All right. I kind of I'm gonna give you the I'm like, you did the first opening of door and clunking, therefore we'll swap. Here you go. And then kind of hand you the heavy torch thing for clunking. And this time I'll
Ah,
open the door.
I feel empowered now.
Okay. So you hand the torch over, and then you're going to essentially ask Luke to keep the torch on the door while you pull it open.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it open and then he's ready with the for the clunking.
Okay.
I'm always ready for the conking.
Yeah.
Always. Born ready for that.
You pull the door. You pull the door open, and immediately the torchlight falls upon quite a well-ordered larder. There are places here for butter and pepper, and indeed salt right at the front. There are pieces of cured meat hanging on hooks down both sides of it. What appears to be a fish wrapped up in sort of grease paper, and various jars of pickles and jams and spreads, one kind or another, along with a sort of cubby to one side for bread, which seems to have a fresh loaf there.
Mm.
The the sort of pots of salt and pepper and things are quite large. It's quite a substantial earthenware jar with salt written on the side.
I'm going to top up my. I'm going to pull out my pot that I have from our bag, and I'm going to top it up. And then I'm going to, if you'll allow me, uh, reach into my pocket and pull out a couple of pounds that I keep on my person for
Mhm.
parking change and things like that, and tips. And I'm just going to place it next to the jar,
All right.
hopefully. Yeah.
As you
And then I'm going to back out of the pantry.
okay, just sort of closing the door as
Yeah,
politely as you're done.
yes,
Um,
very as polite as possible.
as you close the door, you hear a very loud noise from up above. It sounds like something heavy falling onto floorboards, but it's immediately followed before you. I mean, you may make you jump in the moment, but before you've even reacted to that, you start to hear a sound as if something's being dragged over floorboards above you.
Nope. Nope. We're going. Go. Nope. Not
But
doing this.
just
Let's.
hear me out here. Hear me out here.
I'm telling you, first kill. First kill.
Why did the door open by itself? There's clearly no one down here. And by the time we got here, they could have like scampered upstairs, cackling to themselves.
Maybe it's got bad hinges. Maybe the wood's bad and the blooming window open. You've been telling me the blooming ripples have been pike all this time.
No, yeah, well, that's clearly Pike. Come on.
Oh, good lord.
Don't. Not everything is woo ghosty spiritual stuff. But
Uh-huh.
this, on the other hand, you can't explain a creaky door. They're unexplainable phenomena.
Seriously, you want to stick around and find out what that noise is? Really?
Not necessarily.
As
But
you're having this moment, you can hear the sliding, dragging sound suddenly becomes a thud, as if it's gone down one step at the top of the stairs.
As I said, nope, and nope.
okay, let's get out, but at least hide in the trees, like hide in the bushes and see. Yeah,
Thump,
come on, let's go.
Okay.
thump.
Okay. So gonna try and leave. I'm hoping you're gonna let us leave.
Okay, you in a sort of panicked waggle of torch and running towards the door. You make it back out to the foot of the stairs.
Okay.
Would you like to shine the torch up the stairs, or are you just
No.
going?
No, well, he has the torch, he has the choice, but I don't want to know. I am
Okay.
looking. I don't care if he shines it. I'm looking straight ahead. I am
You throw
looking at that
yourself
door in my
through
head,
the you throw yourself through the open door.
and I'm
and
grabbing
you
my stick on the way. I want my
and you
stick.
and you grabbing your stick
No,
and
behind you.
and leap across the path into
No,
the
as in,
trees
like,
the other side.
I figure we're going out roughly at the same time. I'm going
Okay,
to
yeah.
get you out
Yes.
with me.
Oh yeah, I'm not shining the torch now. My son, almost all of a sudden, my son, no, shine a torch and everything.
Nope.
Loses the will as I'm caught
But I
up.
want my stick.
I'm
I want
caught
my
up
stick to
in the
bonk
panic.
things on the head because he's now got the bonking. So I want another bonk.
Okay. So Luke, you're following straight out of the door behind.
Yeah, but hear me out. Shh, shh. In the bush, in the bush. Look, if someone's coming, we're not gonna get away anywhere. Come on, find a bush. Come on. And stay quiet. Get your
Okay.
head down. Stay quiet. Stay quiet.
Fine.
You cross the path and leap into the thicker forest, the other side of it, crouching down. And do you want to turn the torch off, or do you want to shine the torch in at the staircase?
Torch is off. Turn it off.
Torch off. Torch off. Torch off.
Okay. With the torches off, it takes a moment for your eyes to adjust. You can still see the glow from that lamp next to the door. It's illuminating the door, but it's not at an angle which shows anything inside. But as you keep quiet, you can hear thump, thump, thump coming from inside the house. It's slow and metronomic. It doesn't seem to react to anything in particular. Just happens at a regular pace. And then suddenly the front door slams shut.
Pardon me.
Yeah, no, that was my noise too. Okay. So we leave now, right? I like my salt circle that's back at the camp.
Yeah. Okay. Come on.
Okay.
We've got wood, haven't we? We got wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're making your way back down the path. You're giving up on going past the cottage. You're heading back towards the pond.
No. I'm not going anywhere near those windows where that fucker or whoever they are can see me. I'm going the other way.
We could keep going down the path. We can
No!
crawl in the undergrowth. Are you sure? I can't tempt you.
I am absolutely certain, thank you very much.
Okay, come on then. Let's not split up here.
Mhm.
Come on.
We really need to talk about your survival skills when we get home.
Okay. You make your way back down, following the marks you left on the path, and back towards where the path ends, just a few yards from the beach, and have to clamber through the sort of thicket on the that just obscures that little bit at the start of the path. But without too much difficulty, you make it out onto the beach itself. So, which direction would you like to walk around the pond, assuming you're doing that? Same way you've been before?
We are not introducing any more elements of don't know to this story. Good Lord.
I'll follow him right behind you.
Okay. All right. So you start back around the now familiar route. I think it's your turn, Luke. Roll a d4 for me, please.
I don't see it now. I've sorted my right side. That's another 2. I'm hitting the 2s tonight.
We're hitting 2s a lot
Hitting
today.
2.
Another 2. Okay.
Okay.
I don't like it when Ben sounds gleeful like that about it.
It's just interesting because
you
there
get
are
used to it.
different options. So it's curious seeing which way the story goes.
Okay. Yeah, but when you sound gleeful, that's the option you wanted, which
okay.
is not encouraging.
The as you get to the place parallel to that um, place you heard the wounded animal sounds from earlier,
Mm.
you're immediately um, sort of stopped in your tracks briefly by uh, something you see on the beach.
Okay.
There are deep claw marks and scratch marks like the tracks of an animal that emerge from the pond itself and head out towards that coppice where you heard that sound.
Okay, now it's my turn to be first kill. I want to check on my possible ghosty friend. I want.
How come you're allowed to have creepy friends and I'm not allowed to hang out with terrifying witch monsters?
Because the last time we went into the coppice, we had a nice chat and the thing went away. The last time we went where you wanted, we almost got killed by a thing that was dragging things down the stairs. I think these two are not equal.
Go on then. Go on then. I bow to your knowledge. Let's go on. That's fine. Let's look. You know me. I'm a man of with an open mind and a lot of interest. Lead on.
Okay. You head back around the little coppice to see the little open area where you first encountered that whimper and moan, and this time it looks a little different. There seems to be some blood on the ground.
Do I sense any temperature changes? Anything? Can we hear anything?
You can't hear anything. You reach your hand down towards the blood.
Kind of. I was kind of more thinking like from the edge of the coppice. There's no like. There's nothing we can sense. Does the blood trail like lead out of the coppice, or does it just stop?
It looks very much as if um, the blood is contained there. In fact, given how disturbed the ground is, it may even be that that was the location of a kill.
Mhm.
And that's where we met the friend thing before.
Yes.
Um.
Now, you don't suppose these things are connected, do you?
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Um. Hey, friend. If you're here, it'd be really nice to get some kind of sign that you're not dead. Yeah, I've grown slightly attached to my ghosty friend. I don't know what I don't. It's probably yes. I'm probably going to get killed, but I am going to step into the clearing bit. But I'm going to take it very slow and be very aware of everything around me. If I hear any noises or anything, and I still have my bonk clunk stick thing.
Okay. You step into it. You can actually hear the slight squelch of the blood under your feet. Um, it's made the ground muddy. There's an awful lot of it. Um, but other than that, you can't hear or
No temperature changes or anything.
nothing like that. No.
It. Well,
Maybe your friend's spirit was leading us to his body. You know, maybe if you're so caught up in this, maybe that's where we were meant to be, to see, I don't know, exact revenge or I don't know what, to follow his tale of woe.
I don't know. I feel like if we'd been being led there, there would have been more obvious signs.
Like the door being opened, the light, the dragging.
Right. But I also don't know what could even kill something that's incorporeal. It,
Is it the leftover spirit of a creature that was killed, that was
maybe.
there waiting for us, cried out in pain, had been dragged off, and that's what we saw? We got there literally. Maybe we were woken pretty much
Then
by the
there was
kill.
blood there. Why is the blood here now?
Did we miss the body at the time? Was it dragged from almost under our noses? Was the hunter or the killer or whatever literally there watching us as we went to observe it? Have they been watching us all night?
Well, of that I'm fairly certain. Um,
I did think someone was laughing at my joke last night, and you never do.
all right. You know what? We are not professionals here. I say that all we do is we take the actual facts of what we've seen, not the spiritual stuff, because I get that not everyone understands that.
Especially
And
me.
we report it to the local park ranger people in the morning. But for now, we get back to the tent. And we can tell them about the house, the noises, and then, it's probably something really reasonable. And even if there is some kind of spiritual presence here, I don't think they're going to begrudge us too much for, not joining them in death.
Well, I'm not going to be sleeping anytime soon, so if that's what you want to do, I'll get the fire going and get the kettle on again.
For the safety of the tent. And
Yes. Okay. So you're heading back the same way you've been before, perhaps avoiding literally the tracks by coming around the other side of the coppice, and then heading back to camp.
yeah.
I think so.
Okay. You get back out onto the beach, shining the torch around. There doesn't seem to be another one of those loud splashes or anything like that might unnerve you, but you still keep playing the torch out over there just in case. And you make your way back towards the camp. The fire is practically out at this point, but as you get closer, you realize there's an extra tent there.
Excuse you. Just checking, it's not my imagination. There's more than one tent there, right?
But yeah, we had a tent each, of course. We're very honourable people.
I
But
mean, more than ours.
so there's two of us, and there's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't see it behind yours there. I don't know why they've pitched it so close to yours.
Thanks for that. Okay. Ben,
That's
is
not nice.
the new, sorry, I should say Bucky, shouldn't I? Is it pitched outside or inside of the salt circle,
Ooh,
or
good
in any
question.
way overlapping it?
It is pitched kind of with one corner inside.
Which means it can cross the salt circle. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Is it open? You're nearby. Is it open or is it closed?
The tent flaps appear to be open and pulled back.
Okay. Torch. Shiny torch. I want to shine the torch.
I'm gonna have to offer them a cup of tea. Aren't
Tents are small.
Oh,
Tents
good
do not
English
have many
host.
places to hide.
Yep. It's a little bit closer to the edge of the pond than your two tents. And it isn't placed as if someone was taking into account the way that you've placed yours. You know, it's sort of a bit randomly. It's not facing the same direction. The opening of the tent actually literally faces onto the pond itself, and it's not aligned with your two tents.
Okay. But I want to shine the torch inside. I want to see if there's anything in there.
Okay. If you want to shine the torch inside from up close, you'll have to choose, because it's quite close to the edge of the pond, whether you want to be closer to the tent or closer to the pond.
How big did I make out salt circle again? Can I still say inside the circle while shining it in or not?
Yeah, you probably can.
Okay, then that's what I'll do.
Okay. That will put you relatively close to the tent.
Yes.
When you shine the torch inside the tent, it isn't empty. There's a bedroll in there and a little camping table on which there's some tins of food, but there's no person in there.
Can we see any tracks, like in the dirt or the sand or whatever it is around the tent, leading to or from the tent?
You shine the torch around it. Would you like to sort of walk around it all the way and see what you can see?
Yeah.
As far as you can tell, there is absolutely no disturbance around the tent whatsoever. It hasn't even disturbed the salt at all.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Little salt circle giving limited support to us here.
I did tell you it came from a TV show. I'm not an expert here. I'm just a geek who likes supernatural things.
Well, I used to watch Will O' the Wisp. I've got some ideas.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you seen any evil TVs recently?
I don't think we have any evil TVs, but okay.
I'm out of ideas.
Great. Um, okay, so the incorporeal. You know what? I'm going to load up because Luke's right. We ain't sleeping.
No,
Nope.
right. Not going to
So
happen.
we are making some coffee. I'm hoping we have coffee with us as well, and or something significantly caffeinated. And we will be putting wood on the fire, and I'm gonna be watching that tent like a fucking hawk.
Okay. All right. So you build up the fire again. It immediately makes the whole place seem much more friendly. Sure, the flickering doesn't do great things for the trees, but it it. Sorry, just seen Mark's comment.
It's very strong.
What do
Very
you
strong. Very
say?
strong.
Yeah. It
Right.
it doesn't do wonders for the trees because it makes them flicker and do spooky things. But it does make you feel a lot better that the beach is much better illuminated. You can see quite well out over the surface of the pond. The tent, the new tent, is well illuminated from the side, and it's not completely opaque to light, so it casts a bit of a light inside as well. It's a much more comfortable environment to be all of a sudden.
Is it a similar tent
And
to ours? Is it like of similar size and ilk, basically? Or is it looming
yeah,
over it, or is it creepily small? Or
it's very much a regular camper's tent.
yeah,
I mean, it's compared to yours, it's a bit old fashioned, like an old canvas design rather than a more modern one you'd get from a camping shop nowadays. It's all guy ropes and wooden poles rather than a modern sprung frame.
that would take a while to put up.
Yeah, it would. It'd be a bit heavier to carry as well, and it would take a while to assemble, and you'd have to.
What
We weren't away
era
for that long.
would you say you would normally buy this in? Would it? I mean, you could probably still buy them now if you go to the right place, but when would have these been common?
Oh, from a long time ago, like the days of the British Raj and beyond,
Like
1800s.
old scouting tents,
But
almost.
and yes, they're still commonly used by groups like the Scouts because they want to teach old camping skills. They don't want tents that just pop up when you pull a zip. They want something you have to assemble and put together properly.
Outside, I'm trying to remember what was said about scouts and people like that disappearing in the first section of the stories, and I can't remember. I remember them being various people that disappeared.
Old cottage, old man, old sanatorium, a beast, a witch, a cult, an ex-murderer. We told those last night to each other, one by one, if you remember. I think the nerves have got to you. And I'd say we've encountered a few of them potentially.
Mm.
Who do you reckon owns this tent? The witch, the ex-murderer, the old man, a cultist?
I thought there were also something about lovers or something, wasn't there? No.
Well, now's not the right time.
Uh-huh. Definitely not thinking with the right brain. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you've got the lights on. Look, nothing's gonna. If something happens to that tent, we're gonna know it, right? So, look, it can't be
I would
that long
assume
till dawn.
by now, with all the walking, it's probably early morn. So,
It's It's still dark, but you are getting closer towards dawn.
Yeah. It's always darkest before the dawn.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna keep watching. I think I might actually, while I'm actually, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to pull out my phone, which still has, I'm gonna say like 80% because it was nice
Okay.
and charged, and I'm going to try and take a picture of the extra tent.
Okay. All right. You want to take a photograph of the tent?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds very reasonable to me. So you point your phone at the tent. Going to ask you a fairly straightforward question, I suppose. Do you want to turn your flash on to get a flash picture?
I'm going to do one of each.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with the one without,
Okay.
because as standard, I'm going to say my phone is on automatic, so it doesn't, or like it's automatically turned off.
Yep.
But then I go into the settings and turn it on.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
I'll check the first one first. I'll check the first picture,
Yep.
and then if nothing looks out of the ordinary, then I will take one with the flash.
Okay. You hold up your phone and you center the tent in the picture, and you take the shot without the flash. It indicates that it's taken the shot. And returns you back to looking at the tent again, as if it
Right.
were.
So I want to look at that photo first before I try and do it with the flash.
Okay. You look at the picture in the from your camera's memory. Funny thing is, the tent doesn't appear in the picture.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. Oh boy. Mass hysteria? Okay. No, you know what? I am also going to take one with the flash. I want to see if it changes.
Okay. All right. You turn the flash on, center the tent in the picture, and you fire off the shot with the flash. And as you do, in the actual bright flash from the camera, it's as if there's a blur of motion, like something was moving really rapidly through the camera flash just when it went, but there's no sign of anything other than that. You didn't actually see it, other than in that fraction of a second that the flash came on.
I think one of us needs to sit in the tent while the other one takes a picture.
If you're offering, because you're the one with only blooming whatever it is now down to 10% battery, maybe it'll teach you to charge your phone.
Not my fault. My phone's from the times of the Raj. I'm playing with you. I'll tell you what. I don't feel like getting in. I'm going to stand behind the tent.
Okay.
All right.
Take one with and one without, yeah?
Yeah. So I'll take both shots. Then probably this time without looking at either.
The same order again?
Yeah. No, because I'll already have the setting on for flash. So I'll do one with flash first and then turn it back off, if you see what I mean.
All right.
Because I'm
You take a shot with the flash. And again, the flash briefly illuminates the whole area just for a tiny fraction of a second.
Mhm.
And the tent glows white in the light, and there is this sudden sort of blur of motion. It's like something um, kind of like a strobe light is moving through the scene that you can see. But as the actual flash itself disappears, there's no sign of the moving thing, whatever it was.
Mhm. And without a flash, nothing, and both pictures just show Luke standing with nothing in front of him.
Exactly. Yes. When you look at both pictures, one of them is rather more illuminated,
Hmm.
but neither of them show the tent.
Can you touch the tent? Is it physical?
You can try.
I think that's Luke poking it.
The tent is definitely physical,
Hmm.
but it's very cold.
Right.
I wouldn't want to sleep in it. It's freezing.
Hmm. You know what? I'm really hoping that this is just the friend we made coming to say hi. I'm gonna hope for the best and not for the axe murderer. um,
Could be the witch or the cultist.
hey, witches get a bad rep. Um, I've seen many a good witch on TV. Um, um, definitely not about to break out into. I've got a theory. Um, uh, is there anything else that we can? I don't know if there's anything else we can do because I don't really want to get in the blooming thing.
Look, let's piece together what we know. Then you said we were going to do it for the
Yeah.
for the authority tomorrow, right? So woken up in the night, hear a noise,
Yep.
a screaming, squealing. Hang on, let's sit close to the fire while I talk us through. I feel this. That'll give us good vibes. Okay, there. So woken up in the night. For once, it's not by my snoring. It's by the squealing of a dying, a dead, an upset creature, right?
Yeah.
We go there, we walk around it so we know it's audibly there. Didn't record anything, perhaps we should have done.
We probably should have done that. I didn't think of that at the time.
But there's nothing physically there,
Mhm.
nothing visibly there, but you feel the cold. We see movement in the water, something falling in or jumping in or being thrown in. We see the movement of a pike. Then we see a light in the woods. Door opens. Noise upstairs. Clunking down the stairs. We scarper. Door slams. Get back here. Impossible tent that would have taken too long to put up is suddenly next to our tents. Doesn't show up.
Don't forget the blood. The blood in the coppice.
The blood in the which wasn't there the first time,
Yes.
which is interesting. You know, I'm starting to think I don't want to stay for the next night. You know.
Yeah, me and you both. Think we might be packing up in them as soon as dawn breaks.
This is only getting a 3-star Yelp review.
3 stars. Might be haunted. Don't go if you're sensitive.
Pretty trees, haunted.
Yeah, pretty much.
2 hours. 2 hours back. First light.
Yep.
Tents down. We go. Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to make yourself a coffee?
Oh yes, we are caffeinating up till dawn.
All right.
I'll have a tea.
You settle down and make some coffee. And as it, heads on towards towards dawn, you start to hear a very faint noise. It is very faint. It's not something you can be certain about, but it sounds like the anguished screams of a very large number of people, dozens maybe, off in the distance, carried on the breeze. It's indistinct, and just as you're sort of looking at each other and wanting to confirm that you both heard the same thing, a different sound seems to take over, and it's the sound of an axe cutting into something hard but also soft somehow, like if you were using a cleaver to chop up large pieces of fresh meat rather than meat that had been hung on a hook for a long time. And then there's another sound, a sort of enormous splash in the pond, but by the very early fragments of light, you can see this time there's no ripple, there's no evidence of it. And then the sound of someone swimming fast, and then that fades. And then as you're sort of alert and staring and looking around, suddenly you see a blur of movement. From the pond, a very large creature leaps out and bounds up the beach, far faster than you can even begin to react. Your brain catches up as it moves that this is reminiscent of a big cat, black and very, very wet. The water flying off as its paws tear up the beach. You barely even have time to blink the speed with which it comes, and it rushes into the new tent that you are sitting nearby. And from inside, there's a horrible high-pitched scream, a woman's scream. And then the cat and the woman emerge. She's hanging in its jaws, and it drags her as she flails and thrashes back down to the pond and drags her into the water. And dawn breaks.
Okay. I think I've gone off camping.
I can't believe that. It seems that all these tales that have been told over so many years, man, I'm a believer in all of them. I'd tell them for jokes, for bands, you know. But no, the last thing I want is for us to become one of those stories, right? The two campers that something happened to. Let's pack up. I don't think we need to tell anyone anything, to be honest. The stories are there. If anything, we need to find a way to encourage people to not come this way.
Yeah. That 3-star may have just gone down to a 1.
Could always burn it all.
You want to light fire to it?
Take off and nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Exactly. The thing is, I don't know if I mean it seriously. No, we should discuss this while we're packing. But
Yeah,
if you tell stories of ghost stories, people are going to keep coming, right? And maybe we're still in one piece. It's hard to tell until we try and leave and it flashes back to the night all over again. But I don't know. Maybe people want to come here, experience what we've experienced, hardier souls, haven't consistently had bright white knuckles for the last 6 hours.
Ooh.
Yeah. People whose sphincters aren't so clenched that they could
And then they be able to go to a
could get a
bathroom.
grain of sand up. Yeah,
Oh God.
maybe. So maybe we leave and say nothing. Maybe we spread the tales. Maybe we stop it all. What do you think?
Honestly, all I can tell you is I'm not going back. And I'm not even sure it's worth telling the authorities, but we can at least leave an anonymous tip and tell them to make sure they check it in daylight.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay. So you hurriedly pack up your belongings, and as much as you can manage, avoid even casting a glance behind you as you set off back down the well-known path back towards town. It'll be a couple of hours walk through this path, which occasionally there's a fallen tree or an overgrown bush that gets in the way, but it's generally a pretty straightforward path. And you get a certain distance along it, your heart start to lighten just a little bit. You're a bit further away from the places where all these scary things happened, and the birds are singing, and the sun is out, and it's just starting to feel like a bit of a nightmare has got behind you. As just in front of you, you see a small cottage with a light hanging by a bracket, and the door creaks open. Thank you, guys.
oh, I'm not going to say what's in my brain. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, I respect that.
That's
I respect
mean.
that. I respect that a lot.
No, I
Yeah, no.
very, very well done. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh boy. And pretty perfect timing. So
Yeah, that's not too bad.
yeah.
Thank you,
Oh.
my
I believe
Mike.
the
Appreciate
comments seem to be reflecting ours, Ben. That was very, very well done.
it.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. A spooky little tale.
Yeah. Yes. Well.
Yes. One in which, all of the scary stories are true, all at once.
All at
All
once.
at once. Yes.
Yeah, why stick to one? Hit us with all of them.
Very.
I'm just glad we didn't end up at the sanitarium. To be honest, I can't be dealing with that sort of stuff.
Yeah. No, I've.
Well, if you'd rolled differently, you see,
Yeah, I
that would
know
have
we
been,
could have been.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
the I can't remember what it's called. Murdered Soul Suspect, I think. It was a game, PS3 game, and that had a section with a sanitarium, and that scared the living daylights out of me. That whole game had a lot of jumpy moments, but that section was literally the worst bit.
Oh, so did Until Dawn. We played that, didn't we, Ben? I played that on stream.
Oh god, I
Yeah.
still haven't played that.
Mike-
and still don't want to.
Mike has to go through the sanitarium with that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently they did a film of it, and apparently it was actually good.
Yeah, I've seen the trailers for it. It's a bit different, but they've done their own thing with it, which is quite interesting. So, that's cool. Thank you, Sarah, for joining us this evening on our Summit of Love. We've got a minute. I better throw up the screen. Sorry, it's going to cover you, Slayer. It's not that I hate you. It's just I'm going to turn the campfire off because we're done now. Right, it's over you, but that's just 'cause that's where the graphic is. The Summer of Love continues next week, dear friends. There is no traveller next week because I'm away for the weekend. I won't be able to stream for the weekend anyway. So we're doubling up on the love. On the Saturday, on the Friday, is a game about Schrodinger's cats. So it'll be either Ben or Ewan. Won't tell you who yet, but it's not me. And then on the 23rd, there's a Jurassic Park escape game. Now, I believe there's still a gap for the Jurassic Park escape game. So,
I am so sad that I am down in London for that session because I really wanted to be part of the dinosaur game.
yeah, perfect for us. So we got the gap. So if you're on our Discord, or find the Discord, Boys and Baltic Style, and you
Oh,
want
I
in,
will definitely be joining in
go
the chat.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That should be fun. And then we're back on Traveller on the week after. And then on the 30th, oh, it's Noodle Bar. We'll see you then. Bye.
Good night.